Welcome into another edition of Card Sharks. I'd like to thank Koopa Kid 17 for today's opening poem. And if you'd like to leave an opening poem for the show, leave it in the comments below. Now, on with today's game. If you turn an ace, call low. Turn a deuce, call high. Turn that 8, however, and try not to cry. On Card Sharks! This is the game where a single turn of the card can win you up to $32,000 in cash. Now, here's your host, the star of Card Sharks, Brandon Scruggs. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Card Sharks right here at MVG Productions. Glad to have you with us once again on this one. Our last episode, we crowned a new champion. He won himself a little bit of money, but he's back with us, ready to see if he can hold on to his winnings. So let's meet our players now, starting with our current champion here on Card Sharks, whose one game cash winnings total $4,400. It's Mr. Eric Lima. Eric, welcome back, sir.
Hello, I am glad to be back, and hello everyone out there.
Yes, you had some rough luck with the money cards yesterday, but you managed to recover pretty nicely, and you won yourself $3,300 there. You ready to see if you can get yourself $32,000 today?
Better for me in this episode. So we'll do it.
All right. Well, good luck to you. And playing against you in this first game here on Card Sharks is a man who did a very phenomenal job for filling in for me on the last episode. So we're giving him a chance to play now. It's Justin. Justin, welcome back.
Thank you.
And I just want to say for the audience out there and for you just right now, my voice was pretty much still recovering from being sick for like past week or so. Justin was very nice to come in and fill in for me, and I think he did a fantastic job, and I think he deserves a round of applause from everyone. So well done, sir.
Thank you.
All right, but now you get to get off the host podium and get into your own podium, see if you can take the championship. Are you ready? All right, well, best of luck to you both. You guys know how the game works. You got to work your way across the cards, calling higher or lower. First, remember, it takes 2 games to win the match. The person who wins the match goes on to the money cards for a shot at $32,000 in cash. So if we're all set and ready to go, let's get this game started with our opening question to our champion, Eric. Eric, we asked 100 adults, have you ever eaten snow as a kid? How many of 100 adults said yes, they have eaten snow as a kid?
And when I was a kid, all time, but snow is basically like frozen water, basically. So technically drinking water. That would be a pretty high number. I'm going to say 75 on this one.
75 out of 100 say they have. Justin, higher or lower than 75?
I think it might be lower
Let's
than
say a little
that.
lower than that. All right, the answer is lower. Justin plays his cards first. If it's not lower, Eric plays his cards first. The actual number of adults who have eaten snow as a kid is 40. It is lower.
Oh,
all right, Justin, you're up your cards. Let's take a look at your base card for this opening game here, and it is a 7.
Change it.
That 7. That 7 now becomes a 5.
That's much better. Higher.
All right, going on higher than a 5.
Higher.
It's a 9.
Freeze
All
it.
right, taking the 1 card advantage over Eric. With just needing 3 more cards to go to win game number 1 of the match. And go to question number 2 now. This one goes to Justin. Justin, we asked 100 kids, have you ever slept in a waterbed? How many of 100 kids have said yes, they have slept in a waterbed?
Well, I never slept in a waterbed myself. We do a coin toss to go 50.
50 right up the middle, all right? Eric, higher or lower than 50?
I used to sleep in a waterbed when I was a kid, and I was like a young teenager, probably around my 10, 11, 12 years old. And but nowadays, water beds are kind of like not the in thing nowadays. So I may have to go a little bit lower than
We'll
that.
say a little lower than that. Yeah, well, you don't see many water beds, if any, anymore, just because I guess medical research has shown what kind of damage they could do to your back while you're sleeping and whatnot. But it'd be interesting to see what the answer is here. The actual number of kids who have slept in a waterbed is 19. It is lower. And again, folks,
Yeah, you know.
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 70s and 80s was where water beds were huge.
Yes, agreed.
Early mid 90s.
Mm-hmm. And again, folks, just apologizing. My voice keeps jumping in and out. Still recovering, but it's in good enough shape to get through the show here. So we'll continue on. Eric, you've got your base card. Let's take a look at it. It is a 5.
I like to change that 5. Try to improve that on it.
Not had a lot of luck with 5s, but we're going to see what you can do now as we change that 5 and it becomes a 7.
That one and say higher.
All right, higher than 7. It's a 9.
Lower. I'm gonna try
Let's
to
get it on. Lower than the 9. It's a 6.
in the 6.
What do you say? Did you say higher? Did you say higher, Eric?
Higher.
Okay, he's going on. Higher than the 6. It's a 7.
There, I'm not risking it.
Wow, dancing around all those middle cards and playing it well. You got one card away from winning game number 1 of the match here. We'll see what happens here as we go to question number 3. This one is for our champion, Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people, do you consider yourself a curious person? How many of 100 people said yes, they do consider themselves a curious person?
Say about curiosity, it killed the cat. But anyways, I'm a curious person. I'm gonna have to say that's a low number because sometimes, like I said, curiosity killed the cat. You never know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go 25 on this one.
All right, 25 out of 100 said they do consider themselves a curious person. Justin, higher or lower than 25?
I'm gonna go higher.
Let's say even higher than that. All right, the actual number of people who do consider themselves to be a curious person is 64. It is higher.
All
All
right.
right, Justin, you're in control. You've got that 9.
Change it.
All right, changing that 9. That 9 now becomes another 9.
I'm gonna guess lower.
Hold on, lower than the 9. No, it's a queen. You lose that card there. And break for Eric. Call this one right. You get game 1 of the match.
Go high. I'm gonna go with the odds. Go higher than the 7.
All right, for game 1 of the match at $250, higher than a 7. No, it's a 2. You lose that card there. All right, that means that's 3 questions down. Only 1 question to go. Fear that means someone must win on this play of the cards. This question goes to Justin. Justin, we asked 100 non-sports fans, do you know who Floyd Mayweather is? How many of 100 non-sports fans say yes, they do?
Ooh. Let's see. 79.
How many?
79.
79 out of 100 said they know who Floyd Mayweather is. Eric, higher or lower than 79?
Fans, that has to be a little lower than that. I'm sorry. It's non-sports fans. They don't know who.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep. Well, let's see. Again, all port control goes on to this one here. The actual number of non-sports fans that said they do know who Floyd Money Mayweather is 14. It is way lower. All right, Eric, here's the situation. You've got that 7. You can change that card if you can play it on. You need 1 card to win the first game of the match. Or you can pass it to Justin. He has a 9. He has to play from it. He'll need 3 cards in order to win. Decision's yours. What do you want to do? Play it or pass it?
I'm going to make Justin work for that win. So, on to Justin.
All right, Justin, card ball's in your court here. You got to call all 3 cards correctly here. One mistake, and Eric picks up game 1. Have to call it from the 9.
Lower.
Lower than the 9. No, it's a 10, and Eric picks up game number 1. Alright, fortunately just didn't fall. Cards didn't fall your way there, sir, but well done. Eric, you picked up game number 1, and you picked yourself up another $250 in cash. Needing just one more game now to complete game 1, to win the match. So now let's go ahead and deal out those cards for game number 2 here. Again, if you remember what cards have been played, it will help you tremendously as we continue on with the game. Alright, round 2. First question this time goes to Justin. Justin, we asked 100 adults, do you work the night shift? How many of 100 adults said yes, they do work the night shift? What do you say, Justin?
37.
All right, 37 out of 100 said they do work the night shift. All right, Eric, higher or lower than 37?
More of a day shift person. To me, I think night shifts be a little bit riskier shift, but 37 higher though. Could be a little higher.
A little higher than that. All right, let's see. The actual number of adults who said they do work the night shift is 11. It is not higher. All right, Justin, you can control the cards for this game 2. You need this one to tie up the match. Your base card this time, a 7.
You got 7.
Oh, rotten cards. He doesn't like it. We're going to change it. Next card off the top of the deck, the 7 now becomes a 10.
Lower.
Lower than the 10. No, it's a king. You lose that card there. Eric, it means a free shot for you to play off your base card of a 6.
And go the odds and go higher.
Higher than the 6. It's a 10.
Ooh, I'm going to have to freeze on the 10.
All right,
freeze on the 10.
Okay, freezing there, taking the 1 card advantage over Justin. As we go to question number 2 now, this one goes to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 movie fans, have you ever cried while watching a movie? How many of 100 movie fans said yes, they have cried before while watching a movie?
That's going to be a middle of the road number. I'm going to have to go with crying. I don't think I cried at a movie before. Let's see. Trying to think of a number. I'm going to go 57 on this one. 57.
All right, 57 out of 100 said they have cried while watching a movie before. Justin, higher or lower than 57?
I'm going to go higher.
All right, a little higher than that. We'll see. The actual number of movie fans who have cried while watching a movie is 72. It is higher.
Yeah.
All right, Justin, you're in control of the cards once again. You've got that 10.
Change it.
All right, changing that 10. Looking for a good card here. That 10 now becomes an 8 right up the middle.
Who cut my cards before the show?
You did.
Oh, I did a bad cut. So I'll put myself on the list. For a bad cut. Lower.
Going on. Lower than the 8. No, it's a king. Lose that one there. Eric, a free shot to play off the 10.
I can go lower.
Lower than the 10. It's a 9.
I'm going to freeze.
Freezing again. Creeping up there 1 card at a time, trying to work his way to a second game victory here on Card Shark. Go to our next question now. This third question of the round. This one goes to Justin. Justin, we asked 100 people, have you ever solved a Rubik's Cube? How many of 100 people said yes, they have solved a Rubik's Cube before?
They're very hard to solve.
Definitely a little math puzzle. There's a way to do it. I've never been one to do it, however.
59.
59 out of 100 said they have solved a Rubik's Cube. Eric, higher or lower than 59?
Okay, I have to disagree with Justin's thinking on this one because the Rubik's Cube is the hardest thing. I couldn't even solve a Rubik's Cube if I before the life of me.
Either.
And so I'm gonna go a little lower than 59 on this one though.
All right, a little lower than 59. We'll see. The actual number of people who said they have solved a Rubik's Cube before is 35. It is lower. All right, Eric, you're in control. You've got a 9.
9. I need to see some good cards out of this one.
All right, changing that 9. That 9 now becomes a queen.
Or
Hold on, lower than the queen. It's a jack.
lower.
For the game and the match, retain the championship. Lower than a jack. It's a 2. He's done it. Congratulations, sir. Another $250 now. Puts you up to $4,900. And you are still the champion here on Card Sharks. And Justin, we'll leave you empty-handed. We're going to leave you some nice party gifts. And we'll hope to have you back in another episode, all right? With that said, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Eric plays the money card right after this. And welcome back to Card Sharks. Here with our champion, Eric. He's got himself $4,900, and he's ready to take a shot here playing the money cards. Eric, you know how this works. Start you off with $200 of brand new betting money. Work your way across the bottom row to get to that second row where we'll give you additional $400. Again, calling higher or lower and making minimum bets of $50 and then $50 increments, all the way up till you get to the big bet card where you must bet at least half your money. And you can change one card on each level with one of the 3 extra cards we deal out on the side of the game. If you could do a perfect double, double, double all the way at the top of the board, you're going to win yourself $32,000 in cash, all right? So best of luck to... What was that?
Cards are good enough for me to do that.
Well, we last couple runs you came pretty close to having runs that would have allowed you to do that. Hopefully today's the day we can do it. Because I want to give away $32,000. You'll be the lucky one to get it. So here we go. Best of luck to you, sir. Let's get out the cards. Give you a new $200. All right. Start you off through base card. For this round of the money cards is going to be a 10.
That 10. I want to go half that money lower.
All right, keeping the 10, $100. Lower than the 10. Nope, it's another 10. That's a push. No win, no loss on the push. So you still have $200 and you still have a 10.
Strategy-wise, I'm going to change that one with number 2.
All right, changing the card on this level. That 10 now becomes an ace. Great change.
Glorious. All of it. Lower than the ace. Let's get some.
All right, going all of it. $200. Lower than that ace. It's a 9. You're up to $400 now.
It's a 9, and since I already changed the card on that level, I'm going to go $50 lower than a 9.
All right, minimum bet $50. Lower than the 9. It's a 7. $450 and a 7. We're going to move that 7 up to the next row. We'll give you an additional $400 of betting money. You now have $850 and a 7.
All right, that 7's not been good. That 7, oh, boy. I think I should change that card, and I'm going to. With number 3, please.
All right, changing with number 3. That 7 now becomes a jack.
A little bit better. Let's go $150 of that lower.
All right, $150 lower than the jack. It's a 5. You've got $1,000 and a 5.
Let's try $500 higher than the 5.
All right, a big bet here. Half the money, higher than the 5. An ace. $1,500 and a beautiful ace.
Glorious ace. All of it lower.
All right, betting the farm here on this one. Shooting the moon lower than the ace. It's a 3. $3,000 at a 3. We move the 3 up to the big bet line. It is big bet time for you. You must bet at least $1,500, or you can change to 3.
Keep that 3, and I'm going to risk it. Higher.
All of it? All right.
Bet farm on this one.
All right. You finish with either nothing or $6,000? All of it higher than a 3. It's a 5. He's done it. Congratulations, sir. That is $6,000 in cash added to your winnings. You're now up to $10,900, and you're still the champion here on Card Shark. So with that said, folks, we're going to take another commercial break. When we come back, Eric's got another opponent right after this here on Card Shark. Stay tuned. Well done, well done. Welcome back to Card Sharks here, and champion Eric up to $10,900. Ready to continue on his championship run here on the show. So let's meet his next opponent. Playing against him in this game is Kevin. Kevin, welcome.
The master is here.
Boy.
Yeah, it's one of our bigger winners of the season so far. Are you ready to see if you could take that championship from him, sir?
Let's get it on like Donkey Kong, boys.
All right. Well, best of luck to both of you. You guys know how the game works. So let's get right into it with our first question going to our champion, Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people, have you ever danced out in the rain? How many of the 100 people said yes, they have danced outside in the rain?
But in the rain, I worked out in the rain a few occasions and with my job and whatnot. So, well, that's going to be a fairly middle of the road number. Let's just say 45 on this one.
All right, 45 out of 100 said they have danced in the rain. Kevin, higher or lower than 45?
You can play sports in the rain. You can work in the rain, like Eric just said. You can drive in the rain. But if I'm, if you're me, if you're dancing in the rain, you're probably drunk. So I'm going to say lower.
I'm going to say even lower than that. All right, the actual number of people who said they have danced outside in the rain is 63, is not lower.
They're all liars.
Hey, I've danced outside in the rain before, and I was not drunk at the time when I did it. I was doing my best Gene Kelly impression from Singing in the Rain. Or I was trying to.
In the rain.
All right, Eric, let's take a look at your base card for this opening for the second game. Is a 9.
Well, I wanted the question, so I'm going to change that sucker.
I figured you would. Changing that 9. That 9 now becomes a 6. I just turned it upside down.
It's higher.
Going on higher than the 6. Oh no, it's another 6.
Another 6.
Here we go again.
First duplicate we've seen in a while here on the show. All right, Kevin, you get a free shot with your base card of a king.
Lower.
Lower than the king. A 5.
Higher.
Going on higher than the 5. No, 3.
Ew.
Caught up there. All right, so both players turned over their base cards. We'll see how the game progresses here as we go to question number 2. Now this one goes to Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people, do you consider yourself the center of attention? How many of 100 people said yes, they do consider themselves the center of attention?
Well, I think that there are those who are very egotistic and therefore feel they're the center of attention. I've heard of groups where one person is the leader, so this is not a completely uncommon thing from where I'm sitting. Considering I have been dubbed the master of card sharks, I guess you could think. I guess one might argue that I'm the center of attention, but nah. Okay, I'm one. I'm going to say 54.
All right, 54 out of 100 said they have considered themselves the center of attention. Eric, higher or lower than 54?
Being a center of attention, you have to be egotistical, that's for sure. And even though sometimes I can be the center of attention when I don't meant to be, when I meant to be, like you go into a party or a wedding, or everybody dances around you, you're the center of attention. I'm just there to have fun and whatnot. But there's a lot of people out there that want attention and want to be the center of attention. A little bit higher than that, though.
I'll say a little higher than that. All right. Let's see the actual number of people that said they do consider themselves the center of attention is 44. It is not higher.
All right.
Kevin just off by 10 there. All right, Kevin, you got that king.
Gotta go lower.
Lower than the king. A queen.
Lower than the lady.
Lower than the lucky lady. Oh! Shot through the heart with the bullet. Misses that one there. Eric, free chance to play off the 6.
Isn't higher on that 6, please.
Higher than the 6. It's a jack.
Let's go lower than the jack.
Lower than the jack. A 7.
The 7 this time.
Gonna freeze.
Yeah, freezing.
All right, freezing on that 7 there, needing just 2 cards to win game 1 of the match. Go to question number 3 now. This one goes to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people, can you speak more than one language? How many of 100 people said yes, they can speak more than one language?
Some people out there that study a lot of languages, and sometimes it's very important to study a lot of more than one language besides English. That way, you can, when you travel the world, you can understand what other people are saying and whatnot. It's going to be a pretty high number because a lot of good educated people out there. 70 on this one.
70?
No.
What was that?
Oh.
70, okay. Nope, wrong spot for it. Try that again. Goes over there. There you go. All right, Kevin, higher or lower than 70?
Well, I think that, like on, I don't know, I think in the States, people actually learn English as a second language. There are those who take Spanish, French. I took American Sign Language.
That's right.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the ambition is for that in this day and age. And given that Eric has said 70, I'm going to play the odds and go lower.
All right, playing the odds are going lower there. All right. The actual number of people that said they do speak more than one language is 37. It is lower.
That's sad, honestly. That's really sad. I mean, I think a second language should be learned.
Yep. All right, Kevin, you're in control. You've got that king.
Come on, lower.
Lower than the king. A 10.
Oh, Jiminy. Lower.
Going on again, lower than the 10. A 7.
Freeze.
Freezing right there. Both players with a 7. Both players needing 2 cards to win this first game of the match. And we've come to our 4th and final question. Someone must win on this play of the cards. This question goes to Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people, do you know the names of all the planets in our solar system? How many of 100 people said yes, they do know all the names of the planets in our solar system?
Well, when I was a kid, I remember they made us recite this. My very own mother just made us 9 pizzas that helped us memorize not only the planets themselves, but their order and distance from the sun. So I mean, that stuck with me. I'm not sure how much it stuck with students in this day and age, and the older they get. Do they still remember that? I'd like to think so. But with that said, not everyone paid attention in school. So I'm going to go somewhat of a middle-of-the-road number and say 45.
45 out of 100 said they do know the names of all the planets in our solar system. Eric, higher or lower than 45?
I would recite all planets of our solar system to try, but I know a lot of them, hopefully, do remember them, but that probably do not remember the 9 planets. I know it's been a long time since they've been in school and whatnot. A little bit lower than that.
A little lower than that. All right, for all important control of the cards, the actual number of people that said they do know all the names of the planets in our solar system is 57. It is not lower. All right, Kevin, here's the situation. You're both in the same boat here. Both have a 7. Both need 2 cards to win the first game of the match. And the only difference is you have the option to change your cards and play it yourself. So I'm going to ask you, you want to play or you want to pass it to Eric?
I'm going to pass it.
Gonna pass it. All right, Eric, you must play off the 7. One mistake, Kevin wins game number 1.
7 higher.
All right, going on higher than the 7. No, it's a 4, and Kevin wins game number 1.
Oh, crap.
All right, Kevin, well done, sir. That's $250 in your bank there, giving you a 1-0 lead over Eric. With that said, we're going to go ahead and take another commercial break. When we come back, with Chief Eric can catch up here in game number 2 here on Card Sharks right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Card Sharks. Here, our challenger Kevin is up 1-0 over Eric here. Eric's trying to get back in this one and catch up here, and we start with game 2. The first question going to our challenger Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people on this one. Have you ever tried something unusual? How many of 100 people said yes, they have tried something unusual?
That is a loaded question. I mean, depends on what you consider usual. Like, some people might try, let me give a few examples, try pot. Some might find that unusual. Alcohol might be considered unusual. I mean, that's a very loaded question. It depends on what you consider to be unusual. So with that said, I think everyone's tried something unusual. Like, for example, Jennifer and I plan on trying salted caramel Pepsi here in the near future, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to like it, but I think we're going to try it, and that is very unusual. So I think everyone's tried something unusual. That's got to be a high number, and I will say 73.
73 out of 100 said they've tried something unusual. Eric, higher or lower than 73?
A couple of weeks ago, I tried something unusual. I tried to taste orange Red Bull, and it tasted like crap. So I said, forget it. No more Red Bull for me. I'll stick with the soda, water, orange juice. So with that being said, 73, a little high. I'm going to have to go a little lower than
All right,
that.
a little lower than that. All right, the actual number of people who said they have tried something unusual is 61. It is a little lower.
You good?
All right, Eric, you're in control. You need this game to tie up the match. You start off with a 5.
Hey, I'll try higher.
It
Keep the card
higher than the 5. An ace. More than the ace. It's a 6.
Freeze on the 6.
Freeze.
Let me freeze on
All right,
the 6.
freezing on the 6. Needing just 2 cards to win game 2 here, catch up in the match. When we go to question number 2 now, that one goes to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people, are you allergic to anything? How many of 100 people said yes, they are allergic to something?
When I was a kid, I used to be allergic to cats and dogs. And nowadays, that isn't the case anymore. So, that's fairly a high number once again. I'm going to try this time.
How many?
72.
All right, 72. 72 out of 100 people said they are allergic to something. Kevin, higher or lower than 72?
Oh, wow. I think, well, I know that, I think someone's got to be allergic to something, but are they aware of it? That's another question. Like, I know some people are allergic to, like, pollen or certain drugs, like, I don't know, like penicillin, something like that, or whatever. But I'm going to have to say lower.
I'm going to say lower than that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The actual number of people who say they are allergic to something is 57. It is lower.
I forgot to include hypochondriacs in that list.
All right, Kevin, you're in control. You just take a look at your base card this time. A 6.
Change it, please.
All right, changing that 6. That 6 now becomes an ace.
Lower, please.
Lower than the ace. Oh, no, another ace.
Oh, caught you off guard.
Caught off
That
there.
is sick.
Eric, free shot with the 6.
And the odds higher.
Higher than the 6. No, a 4.
Oh, wow.
Pata de cabasa.
Rough going right there. So nobody advances
I'll say.
any further on their cards there. Now question number 3 here goes back to Kevin. Kevin, we asked 100 people on this one. Do you like Android phones? How many of 100 people said they do like Android phones?
Ooh. How many do like Android phones? I don't. Jennifer and I, we're Apple guys. We're Apple people. Almost said Apple guys. I think that I mean, Apple is more of the high end thing. I mean, people. I mean, you can buy Androids a lot cheaper than you would iPhone. If that's what more people can afford, then so be it. So, but the question is, do they actually like them? I'm going to say 45.
45 out of 100 said they do like Android phones. Eric, higher or lower than 45?
On an Android phone, and I enjoy it, and it's really cool. But as far as the general public is concerned, and like Kevin said, there's lots of Apple's been the big thing nowadays. iPhones are huge, so I'll have to go lower than that.
A little lower than that. All right, the actual number of people that said they did like Android phones is 58. It is not lower.
Wow. I'll be.
You're looking at one of them right here. I'm an Android guy for life. Never been a fan of Apple. Just saying. All right, Kevin, you're in control. You've got that ace.
Let's not have any more duplicates. Lower, please.
No more aces, he says. Lower. It's a 5.
Higher.
Higher than the 5. A 6.
Higher.
Risking it higher than the 6. A jack.
Lower.
For game 2 and the win the match, become the new champion. Lower than a jack. No, queen! So close.
That.
Lost to the last one. Eric, a free shot for you to play off the 6.
And higher.
Higher than 6. No, it's a 5. My goodness.
That hurt me.
The brutality of it all.
Goodness gracious.
Indeed. All right. 4th and final question here. Someone must win on this play of the cards. Question goes to you, Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people, have you ever cut someone else's hair? How many of 100 people said yes, they have cut someone else's hair?
No barber, okay? I never cut someone else's hair. Somebody cuts mine, I pay them for it. I would say it's the low number, 15.
All right, 15 out of 100 said they have cut someone else's hair. Kevin, higher or lower than 15?
I totally disagree because I think a lot of parents higher.
All right, you say higher.
Way higher, yeah.
All right. For all important control of the cards, the actual number of people who do say they have cut someone else's hair is 42. It is higher.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, Kevin, you're in control, and you have that all-important decision to make. You have an ace. You need 4 cards to win the game of the match. Eric has a 6. He only needs 2 cards. And a very interesting situation here. One mistake from him, you become the new champion. If you play it and one mistake from you, Eric ties up the match. What do you want to do?
You know what? I'm going to have to pass it.
Gonna have to pass. All right, Eric, ball's in your court. You can tie it up right here. One mistake, Kevin becomes the new champion. Call it from the 6.
That next card better be higher than the 6.
Going on, higher than the 6. It's an 8, right up the middle.
Fish monkey. Oh, boy. higher because I haven't seen a face card yet. So let's go higher.
All right, to tie up the match, higher than an 8. It's a 10. He's done it.
Well
Take it live. The 10 or higher or face card, I'll get it.
Nicely done, sir. You have tied up the match now. It is one game apiece. Got yourself another $250 there. That means someone must win on this game here. It's a tiebreaker round. Let's go ahead and deal out the cards. 3 cards for each of you. 3 questions in this round. Whoever wins goes on to play the money cards. First question here goes to Eric. Eric, we asked 100 people, have you ever missed the bus? How many 100 people said yes, they have missed the bus?
I missed the bus. But I'm sure that's going to be a pretty high number. Let's try 65.
65. Yeah, 65 out of 100 said they have missed the bus before. Kevin, higher or lower than 65?
My stepdaughter just missed the bus this morning. I think we've all.
All right, so you're going to go higher, you said?
Yes, sir. Let's go higher.
Higher than that. All right, the actual number of people who said they have missed the bus before is 53. It is not higher. Eric gets all board control here on this tiebreaker round. We'll start off with your base card of a 3.
Ooh.
Higher than the 3. A 5.
Again.
For the game, the match, and retain the championship. Higher than a 5. It's a 7. He's done it. He's still the champ. Congratulations, sir. You've won again up to $11,400 in cash. Going on to play the money cards again in just a second. Well, Kevin, you played a great game, sir. Thought you had it won there at the end of that second round, but you're not leaving here empty-handed. We got yourself $250 in cash with some nice parting gifts and our thanks for playing.
Absolutely. Anytime. Go get them, Eric. Break that bank.
Very much, Kevin. I'm hoping to break the bank.
All right, Eric, are you ready to go see if you can win some more money?
Do this thing.
All right, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Let's go play the money cards. All right, sir, money card time. You know how this works. We're going to jump right into it here. Let's go ahead and deal out those cards. Give you a fresh $200. Let's hope this is the time we can give away $32,000 here. Let's start with your base card this time. It's going to be a 6.
6 this time with number 1.
All right, changing with number 1. That 6 now becomes a jack.
Half the money, lower.
Going half the money, $100, lower than the jack. It's a 10. You're up to 300 and a 10.
Trust that 10, so don't have to go with the minimum bet lower.
All right, playing minimum bet $50, lower than the 10. It's a 3.
This card on the first level, all of it higher.
All right, betting the moon here, $350, higher than a 3. A 6. Up to $700. We move that 6 up to the second row, give you an additional $400 in betting money. You now have $1,100 and a 6.
That 6 with number 3.
All right, changing with card number 3. That 6 now becomes a jack.
Let's see. Let's try do with $400 lower.
All right, $400 lower than the jack. It's an 8 right up the middle. $1,500 now and an 8.
So I'm going to spend only $50 of that lower.
All right, minimum bet $50 lower than the 8. It's a 7. $1,550 and a 7 now.
It's very difficult to get $32,000 in this shindig. I'm going to go $50 higher than that.
All right, minimum bet again $50 higher than the 7. No, it's a 3. You lose the 50 there, down to $1,500. But a great card as we move it up to the big bet line. You have $1,500. You must bet at least $750 on this one.
A little bit higher again.
All right, betting the farm again. This time you finish with nothing or $3,000. All of it higher than the 3. No, it's the 3. It's a push. But all right, no win, no loss there, but that still gives you another $1,500. And when we add that to your previous winnings, it gives you a grand total now of $12,900. And you are still the champion here on Card Shark, sir. So congratulations to you. All right, well done to Eric. He's picked himself up his third win, up to $12,900 now. Will anybody be able to topple Eric, take his championship from him? We'll have to find out next time here on Card Sharks, because that's going to do it for us today. Thank you to all my contestants. Thanks to my audience members for watching. And thanks for you guys watching here for another great edition of Card Sharks. Remember, if you like the series, please click that like button down below and share the video and playlist with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you want to see more great game shows here, click that subscribe button down below and don't forget to ring the bell. That way you never miss all the fun and games that happens right here at MVG Productions. And until the cards are dealt out your way once again and we have some more Card Sharks fun, I'm your host, Brandon Scruggs, saying thank you so much for watching. We will see you all next time. Take care. Bye for now, folks.